What's poppin', fish keepers, shrimp keepers, and 10-gallon fish tank fanatics? Today we're doing the first live stream. I figured this type of content, whether people tune in today or they tune in next time, will be kind of an easy way to connect with you guys. If you enjoy learning about fish, shrimp, whatever it may be, if you enjoy it, I will be doing this every single week or at least once a month. I'll be going live and we'll be picking one species, whether it's a shrimp, fish, or some sort of aquarium creature. We will be going over 10 interesting facts around those animals in a video. So it's going to be quick. We're going to go over 10 different items. If you are joining live, then go ahead and comment the answers in the chat. If you're joining later and watching it back, then go ahead and comment in the comment section down below. We have 10 quizzes, and today we're going to be talking about guppies. So I got into guppies. It's one of my favorite fish. When I first started getting into fish keeping, I got into guppies when I was in college. So when I went to a college out in California, and I wasn't allowed to have any other pets besides fish. So I had a 20-gallon tank. I got a bunch of guppies from Petco and PetSmart, and I started raising guppies. And they absolutely went wild and went crazy, and it was pretty cool. That kind of is what got me into the fish hobby. And then since then, I've been breeding and playing with all sorts of different types of fish. I love 10-gallon tanks. If it's a small fish, I probably want it. Probably I'm going to try to get it. I have 21 tanks out here in my garage right now. All in all, I think I have about 27 tanks. So let's get right into it. We are going to be talking about guppies. The one type of guppy I have right now, and I'm planning on getting more, is the tuxedo koi guppies. I have those. If you guys have watched any of my content before, you know that is like my pride and joy. It took me a really long time to find them. So finally have them, been breeding them, and they're available on my website. So let's get into 10 facts about guppies. Let me share my screen here with you all, and we will get going. Let me hit share, and let me share my screen for you guys. Go to window. Here we go. Share. Bam. All right. We're going to make it full screen and see what we got here. Full screen mode. Bam. All right. Question number one. We're going to have 10 minutes on the timer. Question number one is, how do guppies reproduce? A, they are egg layers. B, they are live bearers. C, they build nests. And D, they use external fertilization. We're going to put 15 seconds on the clock here. 15 seconds. And number one, A, they are leg eggers. B, they're live bearers. C, they build nests. Or D, they use external fertilization. All right. And time is up. The correct answer is going to be, next on the slide here, bam, B, they are live bearers, guys. So when you're breeding guppies, this is probably one of the easiest fish to kind of get into. If you enjoy like trying to breed fish, this is probably one of the fish that most people, when they start out trying to breed, start with is guppies, just because they're so easy. Being a live bearer, they give birth to live young, and when they do so, they will sometimes eat their babies. But typically, if you have enough plants, floating plants, guppy grass, maybe some Vallisneria, things for the babies to hide in. It also depends on what type of guppy you have. You can usually just keep them in a community tank, and they will give birth to live young. All right, let's go into question number two. Is guppies are originally native to which region? A, they are native to Southeast Asia. B, Central America. C, South America and the Caribbean. Or D, Africa. 15 seconds on the clock. If you are joining us live, comment down below your question in the chat and participate here. So we're going to start the chat right now. Like I said, guys, this is the first live stream, so bear with me. Maybe some technical difficulties, some issues. So if you are seeing any issues, comment in the chat. Once again, guppies are originally native to which region? A, Southeast Asia. B, Central America. C, South America and the Caribbean. Or D, Africa. Mixed guppy tank. Somebody's got a mixed guppy tank. I like it. All right, let's go to the answer. And it is C, South America and the Caribbean. Okay, that's where they originally from. And there's thousands of different types of strains. As I see Larry over there, he said he started with one strain and started a mixed guppy tank. Cool. Mixed guppies can always be a lot of fun. If you enjoy just getting a cool variety, you can even breed your own strains of guppies as well. But the amount of genetics and different variations with guppies is pretty cool and a lot of fun. So there's not just one type of guppy. There's just almost thousands of different types that you can play around with. And you can even create your own strain, which is a lot of fun. Let's go to question number 3. Thanks, Larry, for the comment. Go to question 3 here. And once again, question 3, what is the average lifespan of a guppy in captivity? 6 months, 1 to 2 years, 5 to 7 years, or 10 years? Let's go 15 seconds on the clock. And once again, comment down below, what is the average lifespan of a guppy in captivity? A, 6 months, B, 1 to 2 years, C, 5 to 7 years, or D, 10 years? And 3, 2, and 1. Bam, it is 1 to 2 years. So guppies reproduce very quickly, tons of babies all the time. So their lifespan isn't the longest when it comes to fish. It's really only 1 to 2 years as they're constantly breeding, constantly going. So thankfully, with them reproducing very quickly, you'll notice that you'll have thousands and thousands of guppies in a short amount of time. Because they are live bears and super, super easy to breed. So even though they have a short lifespan, as long as you're line breeding or you're doing a mixed tank like Larry did, you will be able to have tons of guppies and really never run out or have issues. All right, let's go to question number 4. What type of water do guppies prefer? A, salt water, B, brackish water, C, fresh water, or D, distilled water? What type of water do guppies prefer? 15 seconds on the clock. Grab some water here. If you're watching it live right now, comment down below what type of guppy you have or what type of guppy you want in the future. There's so many different types. I love the tuxedo kois. It took me about a year to find the ones I have. All right, time is up. Once again, question number 4. What type of water do guppies prefer? A, salt water, B, brackish water, C, fresh water, or D, distilled water? And the correct answer is fresh water. Yep. Pretty simple. If you guys know anything about freshwater fish or guppies, freshwater is a no-brainer. They are, not much more to say than that. They're pretty easy to care for. When it comes to water parameters, you really want to keep them above a pH of 7. And you want a little bit more hardness in your water as well. So depending on how your water parameters are, you may want to add in some crushed coral to help them be a little bit healthier. If you don't have enough minerals in your water. Otherwise, just as long as you got hard water and it's around 7 pH or higher, you should be doing okay. I know some people out here in Tennessee are struggling to keep guppies alive. They see them die off consistently. I would challenge you guys to add in some crushed coral, check your pH, see where they're at, and really make sure that your water parameters are locked in, because it's a very simple fish. And if you're struggling out here, probably something up with your water. So Larry says, I have a female guppy that changes color sometimes. Its fins are neon blue, green, and yellow. Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. Larry, if you haven't done so yet, go to 10 Gallon Fish Tank's Facebook page and comment a photo of that. I'd love to see it. All right, let's go to question 5. How can you usually tell male and female guppies apart? This one should be easy for everybody. Everyone should get this one right. A, males are larger. B, females are more colorful. C, males are more colorful and have longer fins. Or D, females have longer tails. All right, once again, question 5. How can you usually tell male and female guppies apart? A, males are larger. B, females are more colorful. C, males are more colorful and have longer fins. And D, females have longer tails. I'm going to give you guys a couple more seconds here. Grab another drink of water. And the correct answer here is C. Males are more colorful and have longer fins. So depending on the type of guppy strain that you're breeding will really depend on the coloration. As you guys can see even from these slides, there's a whole variety. There's Dumbo-eared guppies. There's the tuxedo koi guppies. There's regular koi guppies. You have your mixed guppies, you got your cobra guppies. There's just so many different types. And the males are typically the ones that have long fins, super colorful. And then depending on the strain type, the females will either be like a brown color, or some of the females also have coloration as well. So like the tuxedo koi guppies that I keep, the females have a little bit of orange on their front of their face, and then their back tail has orange as well. So the more as you kind of go, some of the higher end strains, the females will also have coloration. Kind of the lower end, more mutt type guppies, the females will typically be pretty much just a dull brown color. All right, question 5. What is a common nickname for guppies? River runners, B, million fish, C, string chasers, D, water jewels. What is a common name for guppies? A, river runners, B, million fish, C, string chasers, or D, water jewels. While you guys are thinking, once again, if you're watching it live, post your answer in the chat below here. While you guys are thinking, quick reminder, we're doing 10 questions today. And at the end of this, I want you guys to give yourself a score and comment it down below what your total score was. Did you get 7 out of 10? If so, probably a beginner guppy keeper, as these are pretty easy questions. Did you get 7 to 9? Maybe you're a little bit more intermediate. And once again, if you got 10 out of 10, you know your guppies and you know what's going on. Once again, so let's go through it one more time. What is a common nickname for guppies? A, river runners, B, million fish, C, string chasers, and D, water jewels. The correct answer is million fish. We call them million fish because if you get a male and a female and you put them in a tank, you will have a million of them by the end of the year. A little bit of an exaggeration, but it's relatively accurate. These guys absolutely breed like crazy. And with being live bearers, you will just have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of babies in a short amount of time. And for people who are beginners, maybe who don't want to breed, it's most optimal to really just stick with males, because if you get males and females in there, you will have hundreds of babies, especially if the babies have places to hide and can get away from the adults and not get eaten. You will get overrun. So even for myself, my tuxedo koi guppies I have about 40 culls right now, and then I'm line breeding the current set. So I pull out my top favorite male, favorite 2 females, put them in their own tank, and I breed them out in one of my 10-gallon tanks over here. And then I have the same thing upstairs. So I got about 3 tanks right now set up to line breed these guppies. And then I have a cull tank where I'm just anything that's doesn't meet my genetics that I'm looking for. The nice bright coloration, males fully colored up, females great red nose or orange nose and orange tail. If they don't meet those expectations, they go in a cull tank and I sell them for $1. I don't actually kill my cull guppies. I sell them for $1 and for whoever wants them. I see Larry has another comment. I have a rainbow lightning strain. Oh, wow. Okay. That's pretty cool as well. There's so many strains. It's a lot of fun. Let's go to question number 7. How many fry can a female guppy give birth to at one time? Once again, remember the last question. These are the million fish. So how many fry can a female guppy give birth to at one time? A, 5 to 10, B, 10 to 30, C, 20 to 60, or D, 50 to 100. All right, we're going to put 15 seconds on the clock. So I think just over the last year of breeding my guppies myself, I would probably say, and I haven't been like pulling all the fry out, I've probably kept 400 or 500 guppies in just 1 year easily. And that's not even really trying full on out with it, just kind of letting them breed in a community take. So once again, how many fry can a female guppy give birth to at one time? 5 to 10, B, 10 to 30, C, 20 to 60, and D, 50 to 100. All right, and the correct answer is C, 20 to 60 is pretty typical. Now, that said, it can fluctuate. Like Larry says, he usually sees about 10 to 30 of them. I think for me, I'm seeing typically when my female guppies are giving birth, because they get pretty big and they're a little bit older, mine are typically in that like 20 to 40 range typically. But it can really vary. There's been some records of people having guppies that have like 60 or 100 fry at once. So it can kind of fluctuate, but typically 20 to 60 is going to be pretty typical. And it's going to also depend on what type of guppy, what strain you have, how old it is. And that will really determine how many the females and what the female's eating, how good her diet is. All that's going to determine how many she gives birth to. All right, let's go to the next question. Question number 8. What is a safe water temperature range for guppies? A, 65 to 70 degrees. B, 72 to 82. C, 85 to 90. And D, 55 to 65. Okay. What is a safe water temperature range for guppies? We got Larry coming in. Oh, I see Overick 9. What's up, man? What's up, dude? And I got Larry commenting A. So once again, we got 15 seconds. Comment your answer down below. Good to see some people on the chat. So once again, what is a safe water temperature range for guppies? We got 1 vote for A, 65 to 70. The other option is B, 72 to 82. C, 85 to 90, and D, 55 to 65. Okay. Let's go to the correct. Somebody answered. We got Overick 9K answered B. All right. Let's see here. Correct answer is B. Now, there can definitely be fluctuations. I've kept my guppies down in the low 70s, and I know there's been reports of some people keeping them in the 60s. But typically, guppies need a little bit warmer water. It depends on the strain of guppy you're doing. The higher end strains typically need warmer water. You're looking at more like 74 to 78 degrees, maybe 80 degrees water with the higher end strains. Your more mutt guppies are the ones, and depending on the genetics and who you're getting them from, those ones, then sometimes you can breed down into that low 70s, high 60s. But it really is going to depend on who you get them from and how they're breeding them. For me, I typically keep my guppies around 74 to 75 degrees. That's most of my fish, because if you guys can see behind me here, I have a dual mini split, and that temperature controls my whole fish room. I have about 30 tanks out here. And so all my fish I keep in my 10-gallon tanks. I got 21 on my rack over here. All my fish are kept at that temperature range. So everything I'm putting into the tanks are fish that can be kept in that anywhere from that like 72 to 78 degree range. And I do have heaters. So if I need to put a heater in a tank, if I want to get a special type of fish, I can. But when it comes to guppies, typically a little bit warmer is going to be better. When you start going colder, you typically can see it. Just everyone's different, but you can typically see a little bit more sickness, a little bit more lethargic, and not doing quite as well. Larry says he keeps his at 72 to 75. Yep, that sounds pretty typical. A lot of people kind of keep them that's kind of where I keep mine, that 72 to 76 range. So I feel you there. All right, let's go to question number 9. Which of the following is important for guppy health? Okay. A, strong water currents. B, high protein only diet. C, clean, stable water conditions. Or D, low oxygen levels. We'll give it, let me put 15 seconds on the clock here. Which of the following is important for guppy health? A, strong water current. B, high protein only diet. C, clean, stable water conditions. D, low oxygen levels. Should be pretty easy for everybody here. And we'll give it a couple more seconds. Got 6 people on the live. Thank you guys for joining and tuning in. For those of you watching it back, this is the first live stream here for 10-gallon fish tanks. Comment down below things that I can do better. I'm going to try and get an actual camera set up instead of using my laptop. We're going to get a mic set up and get things running a little bit smoother, but this is what we're rolling with today. All right, so I see Larry's commenting C. I'll see if anybody else comments. All right, we're going to go to the answer here. And the correct answer is question C. Yep, clean, stable water conditions. Really, with any fish, that's going to be the case. Specifically guppies, they can be a little bit more of a dirty fish. So making sure you have good filtration, make sure you have your tank fully cycled before you put them in. Ideally, 30, 60 days. Making sure, throwing in some live bacteria into your tanks before you throw them in. I like to throw live plants. That also will help get your cycle going. A lot of floating plants is what I'm big on. Getting all those nitrates out of the water. So I like frog bait, red root floaters. And then I use a lot of Vallisneria, guppy grass. All that will also help a lot. So when you want to kind of create optimal, stable conditions, number one, get your tank set up and let it cycle for a while. If you want to kickstart the cycle, add some live bacteria in there. I also add in Bacter AE into all my new tanks, and I consistently add it in. But I also have a lot of shrimp that will eat the Bacter AE, but I add that in consistently as well. And then just tons and tons of live plants. Just do easy plants, Java ferns, sword plants, Vallisneria, and then some sort of floating plant is going to be great, especially if you're trying to breed them. Having things like frog bits, guppy grass that you can just float in the water. All that will provide extra cover for your fry. So when they give birth, those fry can go hide and find a hiding spot and not get eaten. That's kind of what I do. My typical guppy tank has frog bit on top. We got some guppy grass in the middle. And then I got Java moss kind of back in the corner. And then I usually have a sword plant and some Java ferns, things like that in there. A lot of different hiding. And then I have 2 females. I do a trio. So 2 females, 1 male that I selectively picked out. And then based on that, when they give birth to the fry, I go through with my net and I'm going to scoop those fry up and put them in another tank. Moss is a must in my book, 100%. Thanks, Eric. And then my tanks have live plants, only no filter. Okay, so we've got the no filter set up, kind of like LRB Aquatics. He does a lot of the no filter, no air pump kind of setups. So yeah, moss is a must, whether you're trying to breed live bears, like white clouds, killifish. Really having a moss is going to be great. Provide a lot of cover for the fry. Help fish that are egg bearers that are laying eggs. That will also be a place for them to go spawn and lay their eggs as well. Guppies are live bears. So they don't necessarily need it for spawning, but it will provide cover for the fry. So yeah, some of my favorite types of moss probably are going to be like Java moss is great. I like Taiwan moss. That's a big one I really, really like. So if you guys don't use Taiwan moss, look into that. You got Subwassertang is pretty cool. It's like a it looks like it should be a saltwater kind of moss, but it's freshwater. Really cool type of moss. And then there's, you name it. I have like 7 types of moss over here, and I can't remember them all. So it's hard to keep track. Let's go to question number 10. Guppies can live peacefully with which type of fish? Okay. A, cichlids. B, predatory fish. C, peaceful community fish like tetras. Or D, saltwater clownfish. This is a gimme. Where guppies can live peacefully with which type of fish? Man, it's hard to say. Cichlids, predatory fish, peaceful community fish like tetras, and D, saltwater clownfish. See Eric in the chat. He loves Christmas moss and weeping. And I think weeping moss is nice as well. Yep. Christmas moss is great. I have some of that in one of my tanks, and that is nice. I actually have LRB guppies in my tank. Bought them at Aquashella. Okay, that's super cool. I saw thinking of Aquashella while I'm leaving this question up here for just a second. One of my first fish events I ever went to was Dallas, the Aquashella in Dallas last year. And that was such a cool experience. I had just gotten into fish keeping, I want to say about 3 months before. So that was back in 2020. I was actually back in 2023. I'd gotten into fish keeping, and I went to Aquashella Dallas, and that was just mind-blowing. The whole setup, seeing thousands and thousands of fish, hundreds of vendors, all super high-quality fish. It was a pretty cool experience. I got to see a lot of the big fish YouTubers out there. And then just the level and quality of fish that was at Aquashella was just mind-blowing. So being in Tennessee, it's been cool, and I enjoy being out here. But it's definitely been a drastic difference for me going from Dallas to Tennessee because Dallas, for some reason, just the level of quality of fish out there is just absolutely insane. And the fish groups out there are massive. You have like 20,000 people in the Facebook fish groups. And then you go to these stores, and these stores are like millions and millions of dollars setups. It's like wild. But yeah, Aquashella is a good time. So having LRBs, I've been thinking about ordering some of his shrimp. He's got some really nice looking blue shrimp. I might have to order in. So let me see what questions here we have. C, and no one better say clownfish. Yeah, better not say the clownfish. C, some dwarf cichlids. Went to the first one in Daytona. That's awesome. I love Aquashella. Sadly, I can't make it this time. Yeah, I was thinking about possibly going to Aquashella next weekend, but probably won't do it. So it might just be too big of a trip. It's about an 8-hour drive from where I'm at. Yep, correct answer. C, peaceful community fish. So I see Eric commented he's kept them with dwarf cichlids. I've never tried that before, so that's cool. I've kept my guppies with a lot of different things. Obviously, neon tetras, things like I got rummy nose tetras. I've kept them with that. Cherry barbs, depending, you got to kind of watch it. Cherry barbs can be a little nippy sometimes, but they've actually been okay. I've kept them with some plecos, like bushy nose plecos. I got a gold nugget pleco that lives peacefully with my guppies. And then white clouds, I've kept them with white clouds as well. Grab another thing of water. All right. And that is our 10 questions for today. I appreciate you guys joining in, commenting, participating. Comment real quick down below how many you guys got right. It's a pretty easy quiz. Next week, I want to do a different type of. So we started out with shrimp last week, not live stream today, live streaming the guppies. And then next week, I'm not fully sure what type of fish I want to do next. So go ahead and comment in the chat what type of fish you guys want to talk about next week. But I'm thinking maybe we talk about some sort of killifish. Maybe we talk about pea puffers or trying to think, or neons or something like that. Let me see. I keep guppies, cories, and shrimp. Perfect combo. Yep. Cories are awesome. I like pygmy cories with guppies because pygmy cories stay pretty small. But I've kept guppies with like the sturbeyes, pandas, really any type of cory can be perfect. Typically is perfectly fine with the guppy as well. So that's awesome. And then, yeah, shrimp is great. With guppies being live bearers, you don't have to worry about the shrimp eating any of the eggs. So any type of Neocaridina shrimp works perfectly. Caridina, not so much because the Caridina are softer water parameters and guppies want that harder water. But any type of Neocaridina shrimp, absolutely. Pretty good combo. All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Comment below what you want to watch next week. Real quick comment here before we end the live chat. We got Eric commenting. I've got all kinds of topics: live foods, native fish, pond fish, laws, regulations for wild harvesting. Eric, you might need to jump on the live one of these weeks. Let me know if you're free and you want to join, participate, come in person and be in here and jump on the podcast so we can just talk about all sorts of stuff like that. We could do live food quizzes. We could do native fish. We could do pond fish. We could do whatever you want to talk about. I know you got some fish out there that you're really good at breeding. You got a lot of good knowledge. So if you want to jump on the podcast, hit me up. We got Larry here. I ended up with bladder snails and all mine, but they're good. Yeah, snails are good too. I like doing a lot of snails. I have ram's horns, bladder. We've got the assassin snails. Any type of snail you can kind of keep with the fish. I like creating ecosystems. There's some people who kind of get in the hobby who are like, hey, I don't want any sort of snails. I don't want them overtaking my tank. I like snails. They're going to eat some of the algae. They're going to eat some of the leftover food that wasn't eaten, and they kind of create that ecosystem between fish, plants, snails, shrimp. In most of my tanks, you kind of get that good balanced ecosystem going. But last thing I wanted to say here, leave you guys with, is my 10gallonfishtanks.com website is now live. I will be shipping shrimp out. So if anybody's watching this live stream, either live or here in the future, and you need shrimp, I now have blue shrimp. So they come from a blue velvet, but I don't really grade my shrimp. I go blue shrimp. I have yellow shrimp, orange, green. They're kind of green jades, but I don't grade them once again. Green jade, and then we got snowball shrimp. But the ones I'm shipping out right now, I got blue, yellow, and the cherry shrimp. So if you guys need shrimp and you want me to ship anything out to you, I'm starting out with just shrimp. So don't order any fish or any plants or anything yet. I just want to start out pretty simple with just shrimp and ship those out, test that out, make sure everything's good. Most importantly is the fish and shrimp and plants. Like, I just want to make sure everything that I'm doing is ethical, not only for the hobby, but also for the animals I care for, because that's my number one priority here, is making sure everything's healthy, good, and taken care of. Because everything in this fish room goes through a 2-week quarantine. If it's sick, I will not ship it out. I will not sell it. And so everything goes through at least a 2-week quarantine. Typically, it's 4 weeks. Once it gets through the quarantine process, then it's available for either in-person pickup out here in Tennessee, or I'm now shipping out shrimp. So if you want yellow, red, or blue shrimp, I will ship those out. Don't order anything else on the website for shipping if you want it shipped, because for right now, I'm only testing out shipping shrimp. I want to make sure I get my skills down pat and 100% locked in before I do any start jumping into fish, because that's a little bit more tricky. I got to really look at weather, see how everything's going to make sure I get it to you guys safely. But yeah, go check out the website. Got lots of stuff out there. If you were local out here in Tennessee, in the Nashville area, I have pretty much everything. I got frozen food. So I got frozen bloodworms for $10, frozen baby brine shrimp. I got brine shrimp for $10 that are frozen. I got rocks, 2 types of rocks. I got a bunch of different types of driftwood. And then I have 20 different types of fish, and I have like 7 types of shrimp. So if you guys need anything, you're local, come drop by, come check it out and pick some stuff up. If you are not local, like I said, I'm now shipping shrimp. So if you want some shrimp, I'll ship them out to you. If you order $100 or more, free shipping for right now, just to cover the cost. If you order less than $100, it's going to be $25 of shipping at this point. So thank you guys for tuning in. I update you guys joining the live stream here. And we're back here. And thank you guys. Have a great Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all of you guys out there. If any mothers are watching this or listening in, happy Mother's Day. And I will see you guys next week. Once again, leave a couple more comments of what you guys want to talk about next week, and we'll do it on there. And Eric, if you want to join in one of these live streams, and we could talk about one of your specialties, and we could come up with a quiz, let me know. Thanks, guys. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.